catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble.
Thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And it brings up third down.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Back to throw here. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Ready, set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Let's go. 30 base.
6-man. Check curls.
Now.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. 20! And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, 46 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Watson with a give to Miller. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
Set. 19.
Right there, 56. Cut.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They run with Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 22 yards there, a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Ready. 18 Gator.
All day, any day, any day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on second down. Watson, flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set. 19. And 31.
Check 4, check 4.
Alert.
On third down, Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 56 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Down. 8 reads. Hey, Zoo. 55.
Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, it's Hunt. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Okay, ready? Hey, high 7.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. That's right, baby, they don't want it.
Big grip.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because their only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On the run, this is Hunt. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
Rip left. Hey, check Mike 40. 24. Watch twist. Check.
Line him, go.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson, he's going to float this. He's got him in. Complete. 30. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Kahale Waring, 93 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. They'll look to throw here. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Watson going to give this one to Miller. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come out. Go. He don't want it. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson completes this to Waring. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Lamar Miller. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Check. Fresno. Alert flare. 59.
from just shy of midfield. Watson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Kill. Echo. Turn up. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. You gonna get this boy?
Out of the gun, Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Line him up.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right there. 59.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
From just shy of midfield, Watson going deep here for Stills. And this is taken in at the 5. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
43 is the Mike. 43 is the Mike. I'm coming after you.
Here's Watson. Eluding feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Josh Allen able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They run again with Hunt, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, Alpha. Check. Lucky. Fair. Big River.
Now back to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll try and throw for it here. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kahale Waring, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up third down.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
Check tight, check tight.
Check down.
They'll set up to throw. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Jacksonville.
On the ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike, 51.
Let's go 5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Jaguars able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
On second down, here's Miller. He finds an opening past the 40. A huge play there for Houston. 54 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Here's Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run again with Hunt. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Well, now what do you do? Do you run it again? Didn't have success there, or do you throw it?
Yeah, I think in play action right now. Fake it and get a quick pass to your favorite receiver and just try and gain some yardage and help out your punter.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
55, Mike 55. Get ready.
6-6, pull it high.
Switch.
Hey, let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right, and he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Dancing to his left. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Trying to improve. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, this is something I may never understand. I don't get why a quarterback under duress who has a chance to get rid of the ball and save the yardage keeps it and runs out of bounds. Instead of an incomplete pass and no loss of yardage, it's a 3-yard loss.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Going for the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready.
Check 55 to Mike. It's going to be a long.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that guy's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Operating from the gun, Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Set, ready, 8, read. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, Foxtrot. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
He'll drop to throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. The field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll set up a throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 4 yards out, and the Jaguars get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Texans, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.